In a series of high-profile jewelry store burglaries sweeping across Southern California, authorities have arrested several suspects, all identified as foreign nationals. These individuals are believed to be tied to a broader criminal network that may have committed similar thefts internationally. The arrest came during an active heist, highlighting just how brazen and coordinated these operations have become. The sophistication of these break-ins has now drawn the attention of the FBI, which is joining local law enforcement to investigate possible connections across multiple states and countries at the same time. California's streets are witnessing a very different kind of chaos. Instead of uniting against the surge in organized crime, activists are staging late-night protests, targeting federal agents. Demonstrators have been blasting horns and music outside hotels to disrupt operations of ICE officers staying there. The campaign, titled No Sleep for ICE, has taken over neighborhoods like Downey and Glendale, with protesters using apps to track agent movements. Their goal? To run ICE out of the state? But while this noise is being made sophisticated, thieves are robbing businesses blind. These criminals aren't your average burglars. In one case, surveillance captured a thief crawling across the floor of a jewelry shop before cleaning it out. The crew had broken in through a neighboring candy store wall, bypassing the alarm system completely. In another incident, burglars cut through the roof of a jewelry store, carefully disabling every layer of security. Owners, despite having reinforced doors, cameras, sensors, and alarms, were still powerless. It's clear these are professionals, methodical and experienced in high-stakes theft. Yet, as these heists escalate, attention remains fixed on opposing immigration enforcement. Protesters say they're fighting for immigrant rights, but the reality is they're also creating a buffer zone for criminals. ICE, tasked with arresting dangerous foreign nationals, is being blocked, harassed, and distracted. In Glendale, crowd gathered to protest ICE agents staying at a Hilton hotel, ironically, in the same city where police had just arrested a group responsible for massive jewelry heists. The public pressure is pulling law enforcement in two directions, leaving communities exposed. Store owners are devastated. Some have lost millions of dollars worth of gold, diamonds, and heirlooms stored in supposedly secure safes. One owner, whose shop was wiped out, said he had done everything right: wired security, motion detectors, backup systems. But these thieves were using advanced tech, like jamming devices, and in some cases, cutting internet cables outside the stores to disable even hardwired systems. These criminals came prepared. They left nothing behind but broken glass and shattered livelihoods. What's worse is how the justice system handles these arrests. Sanctuary cities like Los Angeles prohibit local jails from cooperating with ICE, meaning these suspects often avoid deportation. Even if arrested, many are released back into the public, sometimes to offend again. The Department of Homeland Security has begun changing its policies, refusing to send arrested suspects back to cities that won't cooperate. Still, criminals are finding protection in these environments, emboldened by a system that often seems more sympathetic to them than to victims. Meanwhile, ICE protests continue disrupting enforcement operations. At a Home Depot in South La, activists demanded the company ban ICE from operating on their property after federal agents detained suspects in the parking lot. These groups don't differentiate between innocent immigrants and international criminals. Their goal is total resistance, even if it means aiding fugitives. They've also shown up at flower markets, where they hurled objects at agents trying to carry out lawful arrests, turning neighborhoods into battlegrounds. And while the public sees peaceful protests during the day, it's a different story. At night, windows are broken, graffiti is sprayed, and law enforcement is forced to respond to escalating tensions. Protesters often get on camera in daylight, declaring their cause peaceful. But those same people are coordinating attacks using mobile apps, showing up wherever ICE might be, and drawing officers away from crimes like million-dollar thefts. Their rhetoric, laced with anti-law enforcement sentiment, is growing more aggressive by the day. The disconnect is staggering. These communities are being torn apart by highly coordinated professional criminals. Yet all energy is being channeled into driving out the one federal agency trying to stop them. Businesses can't survive this. Insurance rates are skyrocketing. Some stores can't get coverage at all. And owners are being told that unless they physically guard their stores themselves, they're vulnerable. It's not just frustrating, it's terrifying. Many are asking, when will the government start protecting those who play by the rules? In the end, the threat isn't just the foreign gangs. It's the culture of enabling that has taken root. Crime is downplayed, enforcement is vilified, and communities are left defenseless. ICE isn't perfect, but without them, these criminals would never be caught. And as long as protests continue to dominate the headlines, the real story of hardworking Americans losing everything is being ignored. If this continues, it won't be just jewelry stores that vanish. It'll be the very spirit of lawful business itself.